Hi everyone, my name is Tony. In these trialing times and everybody trying to do, whether it's a takeaway or whatever, let me share something with you for your family. In the unlikely event or when and if we get stuck at home, this is something that my mother used to do for all of us. We were a big family, 6 children, mum and dad. This is probably a recipe from when the war. This is after the war and in times when it was tough. So now let's have a look at it, please. It is a very simple recipe that you need some canned beans. Now we need the Italian ones. The Australian ones have actually got too much sugar in them. So try and get Italian or any other sort of beans that you can. So canned beans, canned lentils, canned chickpeas, whatever you like. It doesn't matter. So listen to the recipe and you can change it as you like. The other thing you need is dried pasta, right? Get a kilo of pasta, get half a kilo of pasta, half a kilo packets, especially if you're doing 4 of you. Australian families, beautiful, 2 kids, the parents and the dog. We don't need to give anything to the dog at the moment, we're looking after them. So, half a kilo of pasta, that's more than enough for 4 people. You're doing between 100 to 125 grams per person. And listen to I'll give you all the measurements as we go. We need 1 onion, just 1 fresh onion. That's very easy to find. I know things are running out of coals at the moment, but there's a few little delis around, the small family delis. They still have plenty of things on their shelves. If not, ask around. You will find this. Peeled tomato, very, very simple. And again, only because the Italian ones have got less sugar. You don't need any sugar in this dish. You need salt, you need pepper. That's all you need. So the Italian peeled tomato, very simple. Out of the can, I'm not doing anything. Now, the other one is pancetta and bay leaf. Pancetta being like a bacon. If you can't find pancetta, just get a bacon. That's fine. Stringy bacon, fat bacon, whatever you want. You don't need much. You need maybe 50 grams, 60 grams, 70 grams. If you want to do vegetarian, logically don't put the pancetta. You can still do the dish without the pancetta, being the bacon, the pork side of it, and some beautiful bay leaves. If you got fresh one, it's even easier. Put everything in little containers. And honestly, it's as simple as that. And of course, your salt, your pepper, and olive oil, not extra virgin, just olive oil or a sunflower oil or whatever oil you need. You just need to caramelize the onions. So now let's go to the dish. To start with, we need a nice heavy pot, something you can fit everything in. This is a 1-pot recipe. So, oil, please, any oil you like. Don't use extra virgin olive oil. Just whether it's vegetable oil, whether it's an olive oil. So put the oil in and make sure you start heating it. Chopped onion, very simply. You can hear that sizzling sound. You can't hear it, I can hear it. And already it's starting to... Now, as I said, all the ingredients will be listed on the website or on this video. So put that in first. Now, the first thing I want to do, I want to caramelize the onions. I always start off with a little tiny bit of salt and I'll start dragging out all the natural juices. The bay leaf can go in. You can use a wooden spoon, you can use a stainless steel spoon, you can use any spoon you like. To start with, it's a very quick dish, but just you got to keep an eye on it, just stir it. You don't want anything to stick to the bottom. Once it sticks to the bottom, the flavor will go right through the whole dish. We've been cooking this for a minute, 2 minutes. You know, just make sure it starts, I don't want it to go brown. I just want to caramelize it. I just want to go nice and soft. I just want to drag those beautiful flavors out of that. The pancetta or the bacon or not, put it in. Now, what we're doing with this, very simply, as we are sauteing it, the fats are coming out. This is very important for the flavor. If you're doing vegetarian, don't worry, you're going to have so much flavor, it's actually incredible. Now, at this stage, at the beginning, I like to add a little bit of pepper. Just a little bit, I don't want too much. Because don't forget, the more you cook with the start with the pepper, you want pepper almost at the end. But I want to cook with this. So, everything is going translucent. This is the stage that everything, as I said, it's caramelizing, but you don't want it to go that darker color. I don't want to caramelize, over caramelize. I need it nice and soft. Keep everything on a high heat, but it's beautiful, softening. Everything as aromas are coming out. This is the stage that I put the beans in. The beans, I've actually taken the juices out. leave the juices. You can do a beautiful vegan meringue. That's later in life. Let's not worry about that for the moment. You don't need the juices. You can put them in if you like. They're just a little bit too guggy. So the beans are going in. I'm still keeping the flame quite high. Now this is the stage because again I want to just drag out those beautiful flavors. A little bit more salt. Salt is very important, guys. Use salt, more salt. It's a beautiful thing. We need it, especially here in Queensland. We sweat too much. We need to replace it. Please use a good Australian salt. Now, again, another couple of minutes in between things. The tomato, put it in whole. Doesn't matter. Look, 1 tin, half a tin. You don't need a tin, but a little bit of the juices. That's actually water, right? Put it in, and that's. You can add, subtract. There is no rule on this. This is peasant style cooking. This is whatever they had in the pantry. They used to cook. These are these recipes called cucina povera, which is the kitchen of the poor. If I could eat like this every day, I'd be the happiest man on the planet. Everything is cooking. Again, it's been another couple of minutes. I have a bit of vegetable stock. If you don't have vegetable stock, please don't worry about it. Just plain tap water. And put quite a bit in it because this is not a soup, but it's got to be wet. And that's the whole idea of the thing. Now you can see I'm putting in quite a bit. I'm actually cooking a little bit more pasta because this is our stuffed dinner tonight. We're actually going to enjoy this every afternoon. We eat something. So let's have a look what the pot is doing. We're cooking this for the last 5-7 minutes. It's dried up a little bit. Now I am going to add a little bit more liquid. As I said, there is no set rule. You have to have a look at it. You saw what's happening in the pot. Keep an eye on that. Now I can either put the pasta in here. Again, it'll be too starchy and it'll be far too heavy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cook my pasta in salted water. I'm going to drain it and I'm going to add it to this. If you need a little bit more starch, you can always get a little bit of that water and put it in. But basically, this sauce here now is going to cook for the next 25 minutes over a low heat. This is not high anymore. Now we've got to make this work. You have to try it, very, very important. And you do have to try it as you go. The flavor is almost there. Everything is sort of beautifully rounding off. I can feel the acidity of the tomato and everything else. I'm sorry, but I do need a little bit more salt. This is the stage that I put a little bit more pepper. There's no other herb I need. If you've got, actually, you know what? You don't need anything. This is a simple dish. It's all about it. So we will let this cook, and then I'll cook the pasta. The pasta, whatever the packet says. And with the pasta, a nice small pasta. Do not use any big one. If you got spaghetti, just break it in little pieces. You can put it in. You can actually mix pasta. This is one we do in Naples. We do it 3-4 different types of pasta. Whatever pasta we have in the pantry, just break it. There is no set rule. Again, this is not a set rule, but it's one pot. You can put it on. The aroma will go through the house, and you feel warm from inside to outside. So this has been sitting on for about 20-25 minutes. I've now cooked the pasta. You can see the beautiful smoke coming out. If the pasta packet says cook it for 7 minutes or 10 minutes, take it off 1 or 2 or 3 minutes before. And then you simply, and I mean simply, just put it in and start mixing. I mean, I don't know if it's anything easier than this, what we can do. So, we're almost there. We've still got another 3-4 minutes to cook. About 2-3 minutes have actually gone past. One very important thing, please do stir it. The more you stir, the more starch comes out, but if you leave it, it will stick. That starch will stick to the bottom of the pan. So I've turned the heat up because now I want to reduce some of the liquid. And as I said, there is no set rule. You can do this as dry or as wet as you like. I like mine a little bit wetter. And so basically, that's it. The dish is done. So now let's serve it. Guys, the dish is done. Basically, a plate. Make sure that's, you know, one of the pasta plates, whatever you have, soup or whatever. Grab a ladle full. You can see that I'm putting in the pasta. There's the liquid that I like, right? So that's the start of it. The other thing you want to add to this is a little bit of Parmesan cheese. It's up to you whether you want to do. If you You know, that's a little bit of cheese. I think one of the most important things at the end of this is where you use your extra virgin olive oil. The extra virgin olive oil is always used at the end. And don't be shy. The dish is finished. Now, one more thing we can add. Can I have those onions quickly? And this is something that, up to you. My mother used to love this, and I will put it on in honor of my mother. But you can put some raw Spanish onions. You can cut them whichever way you like. And that, the fragrance, the smell, and everything else, and I can't explain it. It is absolutely fantastic. Thank you, and I hope I can share with you some more recipes for the family.